everyone. Good morning, good evening. For me, it's a good morning. It's a great morning actually to be alive, especially during this time. I sincerely, my heart goes out to those that have lost loved ones during this time or lost anybody that's close to you during this time. I am sending nothing but love and light and peace from within to transcend to your spirit. So, okay, I have my coffee here. So if you have, your orange juice, your coffee, your hot tea, go ahead and grab that because we're just gonna kind of unwind, kind of take some deep breaths, and we're gonna focus on self-care today. But before we get into that, I really want to say thank you so much for being here, because I know you don't have to. Thank you so much for joining me, and ultimately thank you so much for gracing your presence here on my channel. I can't say that enough, but I do appreciate you stopping by. Okay, so good. So one of the things that I've been noticing, whether it's amongst my group of friends, not really a group because as you get older you don't really, anyway, um, or just amongst people in general, is that they're focusing so much on their desires that they end up becoming cravings. And what I mean is, like, if your desire is to travel, and you focus on that so much, and not in an unhealthy way, then all of a sudden it becomes a craving. And it kind of messes with your mental state because you're itching and you're scrambling around to find something that equates to traveling. Another one could be that your desire is to see your man or is to have a man during this time because you feel alone. So your desires for that purpose becomes a craving, and that's basically, a craving is when you can't stop thinking about it, when that's all that you think about, and it becomes unhealthy because now it consumes you. It consumes everything that you do, and a lot of part of your daily livelihood. So I'm here to try to share some tips that can help you manifest your desires, but also turn those cravings in into a healthy form. Okay, because you really do. Um, Sometimes craving, like, you can crave a banana or you can crave a chocolate bar, but when you're craving it so much that it consumes you, it becomes unhealthy, because then once you get that banana or you get that chocolate bar or you get that man or you get that airplane ticket, then all of a sudden you treat it like you overdo it, and you go crazy, you go ballistic, your behavior starts to change, your attitude towards people start to change, and it kind of consumes you, and you become self-centered to where almost you can become selfish in a sense, because now you want all the bananas in the world. You want to travel as far and as wide every single day. You want all the chocolate bars, and you want your man or that man all the time, or a man every single day. And it's like, it becomes unhealthy because it's just one thought. If one thought is consuming you, then ultimately that is what's going to train you into how you live. Your attitude, your behavior, your mental thoughts, those are what's going to become a part of you. So even if, for guys, if you're craving smoking, like cigarettes, and I'm not saying all guys, it's just, we're just gonna stereotype you guys for 1 second. Kidding. But if your cravings are to crave cigarettes, and this is universal, I'll say, or if you're craving to play games every single day, all day, and that is consuming you, how healthy are you becoming? Because then everything else you're neglecting. You're neglecting self-care. You're neglecting the negative thoughts that are coming in, okay? Because they're there in your subconsciousness, but you're neglecting them, so then, they overtake you and they overpower you, and before you know it, you're like itching and scratching for that cigarette, or you're itching and scratching for that new game that's about to come out, or whatever the case may be. So now that you kind of got an idea of what I mean by craving something rather than having it as a desire, and only be a desire, let's focus on how we can transpire or transcend that craving into just being a desire or a want, or sometimes it may be a need. But when you desire something, it's mostly like you want it. When you're desiring a need, it's very rare that happens, but unless like you're desiring for bleach around your house, or toilet paper, or paper towels, that also can become overwhelming as well, because that's all that you're thinking about, and you're neglecting your self-care, and you're tarnishing your mental state altogether. So here are some tips that can help you kind of manifest those desires in a healthier way, instead of it becoming just one thing all the time. So, one tip to manifesting your desires is to study the law of attraction. When it comes to the law of attraction, you want to attract like things into your like mind, right? It's different than craving because it's not so much of a pressure to do it. It's more like you want it to happen naturally. So if you want to manifest a desire such as paper towels, or we're going to use paper towels first, but if you want to manifest a desire such as paper towels, then you already call that into action. You already say to the universe, I have plenty of paper towels. Paper towels are in abundance. I have more than enough that I need, and it will come to me. Well, not it will, but it has already came to me. When you say that it will, or I want, or I wish, when you say things like that, you kind of confuse the universe. You kind of confuse yourself too, because you're like chancing it. Is it going to happen? Is it not? Is this just forever going to be a wish? Am I forever going to be wishing for things instead of making it happen? It's sort of like that. So when you're calling things into action, you want to speak in the present tense. And I've mentioned this before on my positive affirmation video, and if I can find that, I'll link it up below. But yeah, when you're manifesting and you're calling things to action, you want to speak in the present tense. So if you're really desiring your freedom, you say, I have my freedom already. I have my freedom. It brings me joy. It makes me feel good when I walk outside. I am healthy when I walk outside. I am strong when I come in contact with another person. My immune system is built for this. So you want, along with speaking things into existence, you want to speak it as if it already happened. And I know you guys are probably like, well, how does this play into self-care? Well, your thoughts are a part of your character, and then your characterization becomes a part of your actions, and your actions ultimately makes up your behavior. So if you can maintain a healthy framework of mind or healthy mental state, then your character will be more positive. Your actions will correlate with your thoughts, and your behavior will be healthy and strong, because now you've said that and called that and presented that into action. So it all plays a part into one. Like they say, become one with yourself, become one with your mind, become one with your healthy. Whatever you're desiring, become one with it by going within, by teaching and kind of training your thoughts to do what you want them to do in a healthier way. Like if you want to, if you're smoking cigarettes, for instance, this is another example. If you're smoking cigarettes, but you don't want to smoke all the cigarettes because you're afraid that they will run out and the truck won't come in when you've ran out. So you train your mind to say, I only smoke so much cigarettes per day, or only smoke so much cigarettes per hour. So it kind of limits you. It kind of limits your ability to do those extreme things. And by sending that out to the universe, you're basically saying, I am in control. Of course, there is a higher being, there's a higher creator, there's a higher divinity than just you in your spirit form, or in, most people say, in your human form. But you ultimately have the ability to control and to set your destiny by basically training your mind, training your body, training your heart as well, especially when you're desiring a woman, or you're desiring a man, or you're desiring love and affection. You want to train your body, your mental state, to be in its health, to be in a healthy, in its healthiest form, so that way when you reach those goals and when you have those desires, it feels natural. You don't want anything to feel overwhelming, like, oh my gosh, I just got a bunch of cigarettes, now I gotta smoke all of them. Oh my gosh, I just got a plane ticket, now I have to go to 3 different destinations in 1 week. Like, it becomes so much, and that's how you become stressed out. Remember how we talked about self-care? You don't want to overwhelm yourself so much that you become stressed. So, part of that is manifesting. A part of that is controlling what you're thinking, controlling those thoughts, having them to be more positive. Okay? Tip 2, I've said this before and I will continue to say this. Therapute your ways. Okay? Whether it's your behavior or your character, therapute them. Which means find therapy within your home. Whether it can be cooking, cleaning, but doing things that aren't pressuring you to be perfection. You're already perfection, you're imperfectly perfect, but you don't want anything to pressure you into being more than what you can withstand. So if you're cleaning, but if it becomes overwhelming, like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this too much, stop, turn to something else. Just like for me, I was cooking, but I was cooking every single day. It almost seemed like I had to do it because there was nothing else to do. But it overwhelmed me so much that it can become a stressor, and all of a sudden, I don't want to get out of bed because it's like, oh, I gotta cook. Nothing therapeutic should be aggravating or should be annoying. It should be releasing. It should be it should be pleasing to your soul, to your spirit, and kind to your mental, to your mind, and your framework, the way you do things. So another therapy around the house could be taking a hot bath. For some people it doesn't work, but I know for some it does. For me it does. Whether you take a hot bath to relax your mind, actually, sit there, and you can be manifesting by just repeating those positive affirmations out loud or in your mind, just, coming centered with your thoughts, coming into a form, a unique form that is so divine that cannot be touched. That's where you want to do when you're finding these therapeutic ways. Another one is drinking hot tea. Another one is exercising, reading a book, journaling, writing your thoughts down. If you don't like writing your thoughts down, type them. I know writing is more personal because you're connecting with the words, and words often spells. Words spelled backward is sword. So, and it's the trickery of the tongue. So you want to be careful with what you put down on paper or on your computer when you're becoming so personal with the things that you're saying or the things that you're speaking into existence, the things that you're desiring, because you've heard the saying, you get what you ask for. So if you're asking for the wrong things or you're asking for too much of one thing, then when you get it, it becomes a stressor rather than a reliever, right? So these self-care things can really help you define who you are as a person. Whether you're a loving person who wants love, or let's say desires love, so that love eternally and internally comes back to you. Let's see, if you doing these behaviors and these characteristics can change your mind into a more positive and can have you think more positive about what is going on during this crisis. We need more people to think more positive about what's going on. When you're so negative onto the world, that's what you're giving out. Oh my gosh, the world is ending. Oh my gosh, this is, not happening to me. This is da-da-da. And it's like, you're sending all those vibrations out into the world constantly. Karma comes back around and it hits you so hard to where you can't take it. And now you're depressed. And now you're stressed out. So it's like what you're speaking into existence comes back in abundance. So you want to make sure that you're speaking your tongue in the right direction. Okay? Self-care starts with how you feel inside. Self-care starts with your mental mind frame. Okay? Self-care starts when you pick up a book, when you start to study yourself, look in the mirror, find what you love about yourself. Find different angles about yourself that you've never seen before. Another tip could be singing. If you love to sing, if you love to play music, if you love to listen to music, listen to music while you're around the house. Listen to music while you're taking your hot bath. Maybe soft melodies while you're reading a book. Drawing. Some people feel like they can't be artistic or can't be a creator or be of creation. But when you start putting those hidden talents into play and really finding yourself in a crisis like so, you really and strongly love yourself and love your intuition, and you start to train your mind. That way, when you come out of this, you're so much stronger, and it's like a whole force field is around you, and anything that comes in contact with you just bounces off because you're so protected. Your immune system is strong. Your mind state is so positive that anybody that tries to tear you down, you're like, no, it's not going to happen. Get out of my life. Nope, it's not going to happen. Turn the other way. Nope, it's not going to happen. Let me say this to turn my ear away to the nonsense, to the noise. All you need is self-care, love, intuition, positive intuition, a healthy mind state, and everything will be okay. I know the first video, when I said quarantine with me, it was kind of a little bit, straight to the point, something you probably didn't want to hear, but it was needed. This is also a video that is needed for you to hear, but it's more positive. But it's also straightforward, and I hope I got to the point, because it's something that is missing in our life. We forget about ourselves in the midst of everything else. And you have to understand that if you don't take care of yourself first, get out of bed, put on some clothes that best represent you, maybe throw on some makeup, maybe put on some earrings, do your hair, guys, brush your teeth, do those things, put on a robe, put on something comfortable but still prestige to where it makes you feel, wanted. It makes you feel desired. It makes you feel important. So that way you're not slowly depressing your mind to become flat, right? So do these things, and you can start small. Just start small with uttering things out. You don't have to go big and beyond. Just start small, even if it's just talking to someone you love, talking to a friend, talking to a family member. Start small, but start somewhere, okay? I hope this video helped in some way. I felt the urge and the calling of my spirit to do this video because I felt like someone out there needed to hear this. So if you know someone that needs to hear some positive words during this time, please share this video with them. You never know who you're helping. You never know who may be listening. So also don't forget to subscribe if you love what I talk about, what I say, and the words that come out of my mouth. Also like this video. I feel like this is a good video. I'm already calling it into my existence. This is a good video. We're gonna get a lot of likes. Let me change around. This is a good video. We have a lot of likes. People are subscribing. People are sharing because I am one with myself, sharing a oneness with you. Alright guys, thank you so much for listening and joining me in today's quarantine. I will see you in the next video. Peace.